I'm Greg Zanis, inventor of DreamCar123.com. I'd like to talk about the pyramid wedges and how they stack in the building. Right here is the 33-story building. This is a model of it, of course. And here are all the separate units. But right now I'd like to talk to you about stacking this unit, and this unit, and how they're going to look when they're stacked. Now I'd like to also open up the pyramid so you can take a look at the inside and how they're also stacked. If you take a look here, you'll notice one. Let me open this a little bit more. There. You'll notice I'm gonna stack 1, 2, 3 units, and I'm also going to include the hallway. 1, 2, 3. And the hallway goes over to the E unit, which is on the outside, and that's the elevator unit, and that's going to be right across from the units over here. So if you take a look over here, I'm going to show you these wedges over here, and I'm going to concentrate on them, not on myself. Here we go. This is the E unit, and that's the elevator unit. And the car will come all the way over here and enter. These are 3 stories tall. 1, 2, 3. And you see the car in the hallway here. Also, the car will come into this unit here. And I'd like to take it out of the unit. So here we go. I'm going to move it out. If you notice, there's a doorway here. So if we're in an environment, that's not friendly, we'll open up the doorway, pull the car out of there, and if you remember, I also said that the car travels up and down, and you're able to see where you're going. So the car, again, will come into any of these hallways here, 1, 2, and 3 floors high, and progress all the way down, go to the corner, and then work its way back out again. Now, if you take a look at these 3 units here, I have them stacked. Right here, this will be the inside of the building, here, here, and here. And for later reference, these units, this is the J, I, and H, or in order H, I, and J. They're progressively smaller, they're 1/3 smaller each. Take a look, and you can look inside of all 3 of the different stories, and you'll see different people. Of course, this is my favorite unit here. This is the B unit, and this is the smallest unit. It's a 3-room unit, and it's pretty much meant for 1 person to live in. Also, you see the car coming inside the unit. And I'd like to show you the doors and how they work. Okay. The garage door will open simultaneously like that. And then next to the garage door will be the door that people will enter. And these will go into the wall. You can see this one's in between the wall here. And it's just a cantilever, and it's balanced. Here are the other doors and how they open again. Very simple. This unit is transparent, and these are actually how the units are going to look. This is a solid wall. This is a solid wall. This is a solid wall, and this is a solid wall. These are poured concrete units. If you take a look here, you'll see the 10 layers of glass on the outside, and if you follow all the way through, you'll see the 10 layers of glass on the inside, which is the atrium of the building. Now, this is the atrium, this is the atrium, and this is the atrium. I'd like to show you back on the pyramid model what I just showed you over here again. These are the inside units. And there's 10 layers of glass here. This is the end of the unit, this is the hallway, and this is the exterior unit. Common to all of these units is this light that travels through the floor. Now take a look again at the wedges that are laying on the ground. you'll see all the floors are lit up. Every single one of them are lit up. And that's the light going through this little canal here. This is the outside of the building. That's the inside of the building. So light will travel from here all the way through to there, passing through everybody's unit, but not actually getting used up. Everybody has a function in these units, and I've mentioned this before, but they'll be growing plants in these units. If you notice here, plants. Even in the garage here, there's going to be plant life. And then the rest of the units are going to be growing different types of livestock and different types of animals. These units here, which are the majority of the units, are the corner units. People aren't actually going to live in these units. Only livestock's going to live in there because the air is not going to be too nice to breathe, of course. And we need the livestock for several reasons. This being a total living environment, we're taking along everything with us. We're talking about two different buildings here. We're talking about an ecosystem that we want to try on Earth first. And if and when that works out, and we can seal people into these buildings for a year or two, and they can totally survive, then only then do we know that these buildings are worthy of going into outer space. And this is a very ambitious project. I've been mentioning to you in some of the other videos how the building eventually will be built in outer space and going to other planets. And this is the only way that I don't believe we could ever get to another planet using rocket power. I don't believe we could ever get to another solar system using anything other than taking everything along with us. It may take 3 years to get to another solar system. It may take 3 generations to get there. That's why we're equipping the building with everything that Mother Earth has given us, including all the plants. We're going to have reservoirs of seeds, and we're going to have every type of animal that we can possibly take that's domesticated. We're not going to be taking all the wild animals with us. We're going to be kind of selective in this process. And I'm Greg Zanis, showing you one bit of the project. And like I said before, we were trying to show you how these are stacked and how they fit together so well. All of these units are interchangeable except for the corner units. There's a common denominator of 1/3 right here. This is common to this measurement and to this measurement, and this is divided in half, making this, the geometry of the building, actually pretty simple. So every time when we put this floor here, it will overlap this much further, and they're going to fit in there so nicely. You can see what I'm trying to show you here is this narrow here now gets 1/3 larger to go to the bottom, which makes these stackable. And I'd like to show you again on the pyramid building what I mean by that. Take a look here, and there's larger units and smaller units, and all of these are broken up into 1/3 dimensions. So this right here, that area there is the size of the elevator. You take 2 of those and you equal the B unit. And I'm Greg Zanis, explaining to you some of the process of building this building and how very simple it is. These are stacked units. It takes several hundred, of course, to stack them, but we can build this 33-story building in 2 weeks after all the units are poured. And the same within outer space, we can build these so fast. Once we have them poured, we can take a building apart, build it in outer space. When we get to another solar system, or if we find a friendly planet, we'll simply take our buildings apart from the bottom, which is natural, set them on the surface, and build them from the bottom up the opposite direction. And I'm Greg Zanis, inventor of DreamCar123.com, and thank you very much. I didn't know what you were saying.